Greetings. Today I want to speak to you concerning the darkest hour and how this secret has been hidden in symbology, and it all have to do with your awakening. You have to understand the darkest hour can never exist unless there first be light. You see, when you understand the law of opposites, you would realize that there cannot be darkness if there haven't been any light. And so when you understand that you're a spirit having a human experience, then you would have a more better understanding of how the Bible must be interpreted from a metaphysical and psychological standpoint. That is why it must be known to you esoterically and not exoterically. And that is why I'm going to show you the scripture that is hidden in symbology concerning your awakening. And I'm going to read it to you from this Bible, which is my Bible, the 66 books of Magic the Overcomer's Bible, the No Jesus Bible, where Jesus has been omitted and there's a blank space for you to write your name, which is I am, because it's all about you. It's your spiritual autobiography that must be interpreted psychologically. Everything takes place within. Everything is mental. It's all about the mind. And you must understand that the sun that shines upon all of humanity and gives all of humanity its energy and shines upon all of nature and empowers nature, and nature provides for all of humanity. You have to realize that without the sun there's no life and there's no light, and without the human imagination there isn't anything made that was made. Now if you can understand that, then you will understand these scriptures. Now I'm going to read from Luke, and I'm going to read from chapter 23. Okay, yeah, chapter 23. I'm going to read from verses 43. Okay, and in my Bible this is page 528, because in my Bible it starts with John, which represents love. Okay, but most people Bible New Testament they start with Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. Not so with me. Okay, starts with John. Okay, and Luke is all the way to the back. My Bible actually ends with Matthew. As a matter of fact, let me go on and read for you. Okay, verses 43 says, and I am, which is your higher self, said unto him, which is your lower self. Okay, verily I say unto thee, today shall thou be with me in paradise. This is the time that you will experience your higher self, your true self, your true essence. And so many people would read it and they would read of a thief and a cross, and they think of a literal wooden cross, but this body is the cross on which your imagination, your higher self, your awareness of being, your God self is crucified. And your lower self, which is your egotistic, humanistic self that wants to rob you of your divinity, is what will keep you trapped in the three-dimensional world or the physical world of matter. Okay? But when you understand energy, vibration, and frequency, then you will understand that it is your own thoughts that is creating your reality and your personality. And then you will understand that the Bible have to do with your psyche, and you can live in paradise mentally because heaven is within. Okay, verses 44 says, and it was about the 6th hour, and there was a darkness over all the earth until the 9th hour. This earth is not speaking of the cosmos. You see, it is speaking about your body. Your body is made up of earth, wind, water, fire. And you are the spirit operating the elements. Okay? And so this earthen vessel in which it is speaking about would experience an exodus of the spirit that will bring you into a new birth. So you're going to move from the 6th to the 9th. That's why it is teaching you here, and you will understand the secret of the universe. 3, 6, and 9, which represent energy, vibration, and frequency. So it is showing you here that when you come to the experience of your higher self, after you've been condemned by the religious system and the political system, because you learn to think for yourself, because you discover that you have an inner power that you can use to achieve your every desire, and you do not look on the outside for a Lord and a Master, and you coming in touch with your higher self, into the place of awakening, in the place of enlightenment, into a place where you would awake from the dead to understand that your illumination is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. Okay? But it is hidden in symbology, as I would have said to you. So it says, and it was about the 6th hour, and there was a darkness over all the earth until the 9th hour. Okay? It is you transcending from humanity into divinity. The 9th hour represents your divine self, and the 6th represent your humanistic realm. Okay? And the sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was rent in the midst, in the middle. It is you who will be split in two. And that's what happened to you in the dream world. And the veil of ignorance will be removed. Your IQ will be taken to another level, because you will experience a new birth. But for you to experience that new birth, there would be a death. This is where you would die to your lower self. This is where you would die to all of the brainwash, all of the programming. This is where you would die to the world that wants to keep you in conformation. And this is the great transformation that is taking place, where you're told to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is you experiencing a true baptism. You're engulfing yourself in the world of the Spirit. You see, and the sun was darkened. It's the same thing that is taking place when you have a physical death. Because you see, a physical death on this planet is you going into a spiritual birth. And a spiritual death over in the other world will bring you into this physical world. So a birth is a death, and a death is actually a birth. You are eternal. You see, and that death of which I speak is the death of amnesia, a state of forgetfulness. That's why when we're born in this earth, we remember when you're a month old, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, you can't remember anything. But as you grow and develop, your mental faculties that you're born with is what will help you, okay, to come to the place of consciousness. And so throughout the rest of your life, you're seeking to know who you are. You're seeking for a full awakening, to wake up out of the dream of life, to break the state of amnesia. So he said here, and the sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was rent in the midst, okay, in the middle. And when I had cried with a loud voice, he said, Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit, and have said thus, he gave up the ghost. You see, it is you who would recognize the Father to be that creative power within you, and you would give full control and prominence to the Father which is within you, because you will discover that truly the kingdom of God is within you, because you would have had that awakening. You would have had that birth from within, whereby you would experience the birth from the skull. And you understand why it is said that only the Father can reveal the Son, and only the Son can reveal the Father, and whom he chose fit to reveal himself to. I think that is in, I think it's Matthew, one of the Gospels. Okay, it's there. Okay, I think it's 11:47. I think it's chapter 11, verse 47, something like that. Okay, in either Matthew or one of those, okay, Gospels. But you can find it there. Okay, and so my brother, my sisters, what I'm saying to you, it can never be known intellectually. It must be known by experience. So the darkest hour is when the sun in you descends to ascend. So there will be the dawning of a new day in your life. Because that's the time that you realize that God descend into generation and must ascend into regeneration. And there must be something on the outside to teach you what is taking place on the inside. That is why as it is within, so is it without. As it is above, so is it below. So you have to understand that. You have to understand how the mind works and understand how all of nature works. And so when you understand that, and you understand the laws that governs all of humanity are the same laws that govern all of nature or the universe, and you live by those laws, you will come into alignment. Okay, and that is why you would know that we are one, and there's a total universal oneness. But religion, politics, false education, all of these things were set up to keep us divided. Okay, so with that being said, my brother, my sisters, I can go on and on and on, because this subject have a lot of food in it, a lot of meat in it, you know, but time will not permit me to go through all of those things. It'll be very, very much time consuming for me to go into the Bible and break down a lot of these things. But the time will come and I will, you know, break down all of these, you know, things in the Bible for you that will make real sense to you. Okay, but for now, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me and you haven't subscribed already, I would definitely encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video as long as it resonates with you and it makes sense to you. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at BlackMadGuru. And I would also encourage you to get my latest book. It's called Spiritual Recipe for Better Living. And this is where I'm opening up the Bible stories to you, metaphysically, esoterically, and showing you that they are a recipe for life. They are a recipe to help you to live a life of abundance, good health, success, and prosperity in every way. Also, I'll definitely encourage you to get this Bible, the 66 books of magic, the Overcomer's Bible. You have the Old Testament and you have the New Testament. The Old Testament is split in two because Amazon could only print so much. Okay. Also, if you'd like to be a part of my Patreon community, you're most welcome. However, I have a course there that is called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. And that is how you would realize that the sun and your higher self, they correlate. And so the Bible tells you that the Lord thy God is a sun, a S-U-N and a shield, and no good thing with he withhold from you. And that's why I'm teaching you that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there's no life, and there's no light, and without the human imagination, there's anything made that was made. So if you feel strongly led to listen to those videos, you can definitely have access to them if you become a $20 or more patron. Okay, so the choice is yours. However, there are a lot more information that's available also for those who would donate whatever they can afford. Also, if you like to book a one-on-one with me, or if you like to be coached or mentored by me, you can reach out to me by way of email. And as long as we come to a decision, we can definitely work together and go deeper on these things. However, just before I leave you, I just want to remind you that if you feel strongly led to support this work, that we have a PayPal and that the link is always down below. So with that being said, my brothers and my sisters, just want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.